Oh boy, we are finally live and we are on chapter 4 of the book of Boba Fett. It's kind of crazy to thank you guys that we are past the halfway point and it's only so much that's been shown or said. How's everybody doing? We got John, Chasen, Joe, and Danny. What's going on, guys?
How's it going?
Doing good. Glad to be here.
Yeah,
Doing
man,
Talk
well,
some
doing
boba.
well.
some Boba. I was able to catch the episode fairly late, like last minute late. This was the first time I didn't actually wake up like freaking 5 a.m. or 7 a.m. and just watch it. Um, but I was able to catch it, fairly late, and I must say I'm surprised. This was a different one, man. This was definitely a different one.
Yeah, we finally got kind of like caught up flashback wise, or at least we think caught up flashback wise,
Yeah, I think
and
we're
that
done
was
with those.
nice.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
you think we're done?
I
yeah,
do.
because they said that he's healed. He
He's
says you're
healed.
fully
Oh,
healed
yep,
now.
yep,
He has no use
yep,
for the back then anymore,
Yeah,
unless he gets hurt again.
yeah.
'Cause,
I mean,
What's up, Chase?
I mean, knowing his old ass.
yeah, he could just fall, get out of the shower, and be back in the back to.
Jeez.
We could fall in the shower. Life alert. What's up, Luke? Appreciate you being here, man. Six Scale Mafia, what's good, man? Um, Dang, Walton, what's up, man? Appreciate you, man. Everybody else out coming in, thank you guys for coming. What was crazy? Did you guys like how it was like? Uh, I guess you could say like 90%, maybe even more of like just the whole flashback, like just get them all out the way.
This episode, how it
Yeah,
was so flashback heavy. Yeah, I think it was like 80% flashback today, but
Yeah.
it was worth it to catch us up. But it was almost like they crammed too many loose ends, like tie ups, into one episode. Like
A
they've been
lot
going
of
real slow, real slow, real slow, and then all of a sudden it's like boom, boom, boom. These are all done.
yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
the scenes in that flashback were very rushed.
Yeah,
But
it's like in one episode we're gonna steal the ship back, and we're gonna kill all the bikers, and we're gonna have our sit down meeting.
yep. Get her armor back, everything. Like it was crazy, man.
It was.
We'll get back to that. Go
I
ahead,
think it
John.
was
Sorry.
a much better episode though. I know Walton didn't like it too
Hmm.
much, but I for me I like the scenery, the visuals. Like when he pulled out the gunship, I cringe every time I say that gunship. It's not the gunship, but regardless, we'll keep it PG here. When he
No,
pulled
we
out the
won't.
gunship and you see that thing flying and then going after the biker gang, and it was cool. I enjoyed that. And then the scenes with the where he's with Fennec with the bantha and the sun is setting or rising. Can't remember what I think it was rising, and I just love those scenes like that. But I don't know what it is with this season with animals. The Rancor. Now we get a bantha tongue like fuzz. I don't understand. That's
Dude, who
stuff
would
I
have
can go
guessed?
without seeing.
First bantha to
Boba's
survive.
Boba's an animal lover.
Yeah,
Dude, he's clearly an animal lover.
yeah.
Yeah,
It
he's,
was
he's clearly an
I
animal
was
interesting.
lover.
I was actually reading an article today, and they had mentioned that we watched Boba Fett die again in this season.
Oh,
Be-
I
because
didn't even think about
and the reason why we're seeing him die is because he's not the same Boba that we had in the OT. He's soft now. He's changed. He's been with the Raiders. That Boba we know has died, and we've moved on to this. I don't know what to call him.
I don't
Older,
know
But
more,
either.
more seasoned.
I like the acting in this one a little bit better. That was cool, and I'm just happy that we had that scene with the chrysanthemum, and it ended the way it should have, because that was like on borderline of it just being. We'll put that guy down and let him run away. If that had happened, I would have shut the TV off right there.
Yeah, the ending definitely like helped it along, but there was two glaring problems I had with this episode,
What was that?
and it was the first was the techno doctor scene.
Oh
Yeah,
God.
Seemed a little Tronish to me, or however you want
yeah,
however you want to say it. That seemed a little rough, and then he knows he climbed out of the Sarlacc pit with his armor. So why would his armor have gone back in the Sarlacc pit?
That's what I thought
Yeah.
too. But then he
Yeah.
might have been all that trauma. Maybe he was delusional and didn't know.
That's the only way to spin it, because he climbed
Yeah.
out with it. Like, he was shooting his way out and climbed out. And she even said the reason you didn't get dissolved was because of your armor on. And yeah,
Yeah,
so
but
it should have been on the outside.
If you remember though, when he climbed out, he passed out right away,
Yeah.
and then when he came
So-
to, he didn't have his armor on him. So
Plus,
he,
we don't know how long he's been in there, so he could have been, like, obviously he's been dehydrated, but food, all that stuff, lack of oxygen.
Dehydrated. That can happen in the
I mean,
Bacta tank?
he took out the air from the stormtrooper and
Yeah.
like jammed it up in, so he was still confident enough to know he had a helmet on,
Yeah.
and then climbed his way out. I don't know. I just wasn't quite feeling that part where he felt he had to
What's up,
search the
Anthony?
Sarlacc pit.
I think that whole
What's up,
Sarlacc
guys?
pit, yeah, that should have been
What's up,
that
Anthony?
shouldn't have been there.
The only thing
What's
was
up, Six Scale?
Hey, what's
the,
going on, man?
the techno guys. I didn't think that it needed to be that long for some reason. Like, we all know he had her repaired, kind of,
Yeah.
from Mando.
Yeah.
So that,
I-
I mean, it wasn't too long, but I felt like it could have been cut even shorter, maybe.
I was
was
okay with the
confused.
teenagers last week, but this is still just like pushing the young techno.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Are
a
you
little
saying you
hard.
liked the teenagers more than the techno dread guy?
Well, no, I'm saying like I was accepting of the younger teenage cyborg kids.
Power
Like,
Rangers.
I was okay with them being part of the gang, but then like now you're just kind of like forcing techno kids on us, like
Yeah.
the whole society of them.
Yeah, man. What do you guys think about this point here, though? Just the relationship of Boba and Fennec. I thought that was crazy, like how she got up and she was like, "What did you do to me?" And he's like, "Well, you were shot, so I took you somewhere that got you, fixed up, basically."
Well, I'm not liking this show.
Oh,
So yeah, I don't know. Look, episode 1 was good. Episode 2 I thought was the best one. I thought everything about episode 3 was trash, and then 4 is not much better, but it's better than 3. And I'm trying to wait.
wait, what?
Yeah, man, I feel bad for you getting into Star Wars and you're starting with this, man, because it's not. I don't know. There's some good stuff about it, but I think there's a lot of
Anthony, is that
There's-
are you? Is that Eddie under you? Are you Eddie?
Wow.
no, I'm just saying. Though I love Boba, dude. I love Boba Fett. I don't know what the hell they're doing with him. I feel like he's kind of a bumbling idiot, especially from how he was in Mando. And just there's a lot, man. Some stuff just wasn't. Well, you guys have already touched on it a little bit right before I jumped in. I mean, some of this stuff is just like, what the hell are they doing?
Yeah.
So Joe, did you feel that way? Like, so far, it's just not Star Wars. Is that what you're kind of saying? Like,
Oh, it's Star Wars. They're just. I mean, he's right. This is definitely not the one that I would have rather you popped your cherry on for Star Wars. This is not the pick. I still love it because it's Star Wars, but this is. I've said it before. Like, this is going to turn out to be like the WandaVision of StarArs, like where we're all
Oh,
going to look
man.
back and just be like, okay, it was all right, but I'm not going to rewatch this. When I'm cleaning my collection, like I'll throw Mando on. I'm not throwing
Yeah.
this on.
Oh man, that's crazy. No, I
Has
mean,
he fired his blaster once this show?
Not yet. Not that I know.
no.
Do you know what I'm saying? And like that whole kitchen ratatouille Disney crap, like
Yeah.
I don't
With
know,
the-
man.
With the,
Yeah,
The General
with
Grievous.
the
over
robot
there.
mouth or whatever.
Dude.
that thing
right.
was.
And then he's like, I'm Boba Fett. Like what the hell you doing telling a robot that? Or a
I thought
droid?
the same thing.
Like
Like just announcing it.
Yo, John, I
don't
did.
know.
I thought that
And the
was
worst part
General
is he gets
Grievous,
into
man.
Slave 1, or I'm sorry, whatever it's called now.
No. You call it what it is, buddy. You call
Yeah,
it
right?
what it is. Don't
And he
Fire spray
embarrass me.
gun-
my
gunship.
ship the fire spray or something. I almost turned it off. And then it's but to top it off, then he's like, the guns are jammed. I'm like, of course they are, because you can't fire anything. Like, I'm just like, what? I don't know, man.
But you gotta admit,
Yeah.
when he mowed down the
That was cool.
The biker crew. That was freaking cool.
That was cool.
It was
and you know
cool.
that biker crew should have been the biker crew or something similar to that to recruit, right? Not this weird, you know,
Power Ranger gang?
Spy Kids shit.
Yeah.
He should have gunned down the Vespa crew and
They're looking
took
for
on
water.
the biker crew.
I felt a little cheated though that's how he took him out. Like that
It was
for
so
something
fast.
that was like it was building up to like a John Wick-esque ass kicking, and instead it's just like we got Slave One, we're gonna mow down the biker gang in 20 seconds on screen and be done with it. And you're just
I
like,
told
ah.
I told you, the Boba that you know from the original trilogy is dead. That's the way they went.
Hell, the
Yeah,
bar fight
I'm
from
gonna agree
earlier
with
this
John,
season
man.
with him was better.
Well, we
Is
have
there-
3 more episodes, but can
Well-
the last 3 make the first 4 great?
Well,
Of course.
now
not.
now he's gonna hire Mando
Yeah,
to fight his fight.
exactly.
I know, because I heard the music, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
Yeah.
do
She's
they
like,
really
you-
need to bring Mando in because he's already like Beta Fett, and now you're gonna bring in like
Beta Fett.
better. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But that's what's gonna happen.
dude. Why?
They teased with the music, and she said, "Well, we can hire plenty of people with money." And you
Yep.
know they're gonna go get Mando, and he's gonna come and he's gonna kick ass.
Yep.
And yeah, just further castrate Boba.
That's
Like-
gonna suck. Yeah, that's gonna just tune me out.
Wait. So if Mando is coming, wouldn't that make you guys happy since you liked it that show
Well, we
better?
don't know for sure.
He's coming.
No, and even if he is
He's
coming,
coming.
no, that would make me hate it more.
He's coming.
Boba should be
Because
badass on
Manda's
his own.
his own show. Boba's his
Yeah.
own thing. He doesn't need help.
No, but he's recruiting.
Oh,
well,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, but he can recruit like bring in Bosk or Dengar or something cool.
That's what I'm.
Of course.
I-
There's-
Orlon, Zuck kid.
I don't know. Maybe it's wishful thinking, right?
Yeah,
But
that's the thing. You're right, but I'm sure we'll
mean-
get some good action. We'll get a nice little surprise, but it's wishful thinking.
There's got to
It
be more
is.
than 5 teenagers on this planet.
well, that's the thing with their like cherry apple bright colors and like
That's
it doesn't make
funny.
sense to me to have that on Tatooine. So that took me out completely, and
So
it
do they
didn't
need
to
more
make matters
dust?
worse. I'm sorry.
They need more dust, more
Yes,
filth on them?
weathered something like the biker, the swoop gang that he took out. That's what I was expecting to see. In the streets.
Mind you, Cash, as somebody who hasn't watched the other Star Wars, those were the cleanest vehicles we had ever seen off the capital planet.
Yeah.
Don't tell me though. Don't tell me though you didn't like that dinner, Godfather
Oh,
Part
yeah.
4 scene. That was like I don't
And he
know what
didn't
I was
even
watching
feed
there.
them. Like,
I don't know what I was watching there.
I'm just saying, like, this place, they can't get water. It's like they're all destitute. I mean, dude, Tatooine's a shithole. Luke tried to escape that, Like, I don't know. It's just weird. It just doesn't click for me.
I still want
wanted
to see the
to.
pod racing arena.
I think we're gonna get a big surprise with this pike, with these pikes and who's the ringleader and that sort of thing. I think there's gonna be a. We're still in for a lot.
What were the
But he-
bad guys from Solo?
The Crimson Dawn.
Yep.
Crimson
All
Dawn.
right, so it's not them.
Well, apparently they were
Well, it
alluding
might be
to that
them.
actually because if you look at so someone had posted on Facebook today, the Crimson Dawn have some sort of symbol, right?
Yeah.
Maul had it on his neck.
Yep.
So
Yeah, the necklace.
the necklace. So apparently the mayor's chair is in the same shape as that symbol. I don't know. That might be a far
Oh, I didn't even
stretch.
catch that.
That might be a far stretch, but
All right,
Yeah.
Pulling
Well,
up
it
the
could
chair.
be somebody from Solo.
Well, what's her name? Kira?
I really hope it's not her.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe that or like a Cad Bane thing or something. But again, is it all wishful thinking?
Oh yeah,
I
if he
mean,
called Cad Bane, wasn't there teasers he'd be showing up?
Yeah, he was rumored to be in the damn near leaks.
that might make things cool again, but it's still not
Yeah.
gonna
I don't really want to see him
fix
real
what
life.
we've seen
though.
so far.
Like real action
Damn.
Cad Bane could ruin animated Cad Bane for me.
As possible. I mean, real action Boba Fett kind of ruined Boba Fett.
Well, that's because
I
you
don't
haven't
know,
seen
though. We
real
got-
action Boba
I
Fett
know.
yet.
I know. Now, I feel bad because there's good aspects of the show. There is good
Yeah.
aspects of it, but I feel like, and I try to tell myself, that okay, this is a TV show, and even though it's Disney and they do have money, the budget's not that high. is what we would consider. Like I tried to, I was telling people on my channel earlier about it. I was like, well, if you compare it to like Rogue One, which is like I think phenomenal, basically start to finish, minus some of the deep fake stuff, but the action scenes, the set pieces, the visual effects are perfect, and I think that sets like a level for us, you know. So then we start watching these TV shows, you're like that chase scene was so slow, the CGI looks so bad, you know.
Yeah.
Like you could just, and I'm like, oh, and it takes it out, and I'm like, well, I know they don't have the budget, but so it's like this kind of like double-edged sword. I don't know how to, you know, the bad CG with the budget plus the weird shit they're doing in conjunction makes me like
this is even below Mando's production
I-
value, and and Mando looked good. I felt.
I still think COVID played a role in it where they didn't want to overcrowd the sets.
Yeah. Like I
We
said.
haven't
yeah,
seen
but
like
the
real
visuals though are
populated.
like that shouldn't change. I would think.
Yeah.
Luke brought up a good
Because like
point.
even in Mando, like some of the okay episodes or the fillers or what, they were still good. The visuals were
Yeah,
still great.
They looked amazing.
Yeah.
Missed a perfect opportunity when saving Finnick. Should have told the surgeon she's no good to me.
That would have
Dad.
been good.
That would have been
Yeah.
sweet. I
But
had
she
a
asked
friend,
him.
Mike Chu here. He had texted me. He brought up a good point. Where's Boba keep getting all this money from? He keeps throwing down
no
all these
reason, man.
things of money, and I said maybe the train. Maybe he got
Yeah,
it off
that's
the
what I thought.
train.
Wait, didn't he have that helmet of money in chapter 1?
No, that was in the modern day.
Yeah, that wasn't like what he
Oh,
threw
okay,
down
that's
with
right, that's
Well, I'm
Fennec.
sure he went to his bank and withdrew the money. Like,
Because he was taking money from the Pikes too, for a little bit.
Tatooine first.
But I didn't think they gave it to him. They refused to give it to him because they weren't going to pay.
Too, yeah, that's right.
That's
You
where
talking
like
about the
he
pipe?
could have got it. He could have got it off the wrecked train. That's the only thing
Yeah,
I can think of.
That's what I would say also.
That's possible.
Hey,
There's a lot of weird shit you have to kind of fill in the gaps, right? Like earlier, I was kind of tripping when I watched the episode, and he went back to the Sarlacc pit. And one, I just thought that was dumb how he like nosedived into it. But again, because he's just not smart. I don't know why they're making him dumb.
use your blasters.
Right, but on the second part, it's like I was like, dude, you got out of the pit, yo. With
Thank
your
you. Thank you. That's exactly
So-
what I said before you got on.
armor. I'm thinking in my head, the only thing I can think of is like maybe he was just so exhausted and he passed
That's
out.
what I said.
And
Yeah.
he wakes up and he's like, I don't know what the hell happened because he doesn't know the Jawas took his armor.
yeah.
Right? He's dehydrated. He's like, I need water. I'm all fucked up, you know, whatever. And like, but then so I'm like, maybe you just kind of like make him. You gotta
Wait,
believe that
who took his armor?
The Jawas.
the Jawas.
Remember in the beginning?
So
They
the
picked
armor
him
was
up?
never in there, like ever.
No.
No,
No,
but
he
that's
was
what-
know
wearing
that.
it while he was
When
in
he
there.
was in it,
Yeah, he climbed
He
out
was in
with
there.
it, and that's why I don't understand why he went back and felt the urge to like climb down into the pit to look for it.
Yeah. Again, he's
Well,
just
nothing
he's
was-
a couple of screws loose. I don't understand him.
as cool as seeing the seismic charge, I felt like he didn't even need that because, dude, he's on a spaceship. That thing going on
Yeah.
reverse, you should be able to pull those tentacles off.
Well, hell, he was about 2 seconds from just ending the show with a seismic charge staying on the back of the ship. She ejected it, and
Yeah.
just rolling around there. If it stays on the ship, it's over.
I also didn't like that scene where they were in the kitchen with that little robot and he's chasing it.
You didn't think that was family friendly?
I think that was horrible. And then the robot was flipping suicidal and shut itself off. Like
Dude, I thought it was
Yeah.
like General Grievous's kid. or
that looked no the one with
What's
the
up,
knives
Mario?
was General Grievous 100% an homage to General Grievous.
Oh,
Yeah,
good
and he starts
Mario.
spinning it all around
Yeah.
and being all like silly and whatnots.
Yeah, but
And I was just like, okay.
but yeah, no, I don't know. I thought it was a better episode than the last though. That's for sure.
I definitely did as well. I thought this was the best episode, well, chapter so far.
I had a little bit of a problem also with how easily they got into Jabba's palace. Like how it was
Really?
just that grate that was right next to the big door, and they just like walked over and like chop chop in. But yet,
Oh,
Like-
5 seconds later, I'm in.
like when Luke went in, he had to go in through the front door and stuff like that. But I
I
guess he
thought-
wanted to.
I thought that entrance
Yeah.
was, that gate was gonna lead to the Rancor pit there.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
Yeah.
Well, even Chrysanthemum broke in. It seems like anybody can break in.
Yeah, anybody can get in there. You know, I would have expected maybe them to attack him first before he grabbed Boba while he was in the tank, right? Because otherwise, why have the guards, the Gamorrean guards? Why have the swoop gang there? You know what I mean? And that whole fight scene was just, it didn't click for me. You know, it was cool
Here's
to
a
see
question
him.
for you, Joe. What did you guys think? Why did he went berserk on those guys at the bar? Wasn't she talking to him?
She
like
mentioned
the
it. Yeah,
lady?
she mentioned it. Yeah,
Well, it's like
Yeah.
they're
his gladiator days.
Yeah.
that like yeah they're both don't the Wookiees and them both fucking like they kind of hate each other anyway.
Well, the Trandoshans used to enslave them.
Yeah.
The Wookiees.
And then when he ripped his arm off, obviously that was homage to Chewbacca.
Yeah.
Shit.
Which is
Oh, they
what
just
they-
like-
See, I was
Yeah.
hoping they would have done that in episode 3
Yeah.
because the gang's all cybernetic, and I was like, that's a perfect way to do it if you want to be Disney about it. There's no blood, just rip the arms off and have sparks or whatever. Just you know what I mean? That would have been cool, but I don't know.
Little robot sparks in the air.
Yeah, or just something. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
that would
let's
have
rip
been.
the arm. Let's rip the limbs off of kids.
Well, I mean, they are forgettable. I mean,
Are
I'm
they?
just saying,
I
like-
still have nightmares.
Oh man, bring back the Vespas at chapter 5, guys. It'll save the day. That's all we need, man.
That will never be forgotten.
That's the funniest chase scene ever, man. Just and then like, they walk outside and they're like, "Get him!"
Yeah, it's an
Yeah.
ass driving in the front of the seat.
Yeah, it just didn't make sense because like when they're like running, like walking out, he's getting in the car and going off. Like they're just standing there like talking or whatever. So it just didn't make sense. But I mean, still, I think this was the best chapter so far from start to finish. I liked it the fact that it was mostly past up until the end when he had that like John was saying, Godfather like dinner. And like, can you guys answer this though? Like he had asked them like, hey. Just all I ask of you guys is just to be neutral. Like, what was that about? Neutral
Basically,
to
don't
what?
Don't fight against me. If they come to you, don't back them. Just stay
Yeah,
out
don't
of it.
betray me. You stay neutral.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know,
Just stay true to who you are.
which I'm starting to kind of get the motive because that was my problem through the last 3 episodes. I was like, why the hell does he want to even be here? Like, what is he trying to do? Is he trying to establish himself on Tatooine? Like, what's the motive? And the only thing I gathered from this episode, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that he was basically saying he was tired of working for idiots, essentially, and
Yep.
that he just wants to instead just start his own thing up and then hire other people. Like, I still don't understand the motives here, but I think they're trying to explain it. But I don't know.
So Mario is saying the Trandoshan's limbs grow back. So it just grows back.
That's how they got around it, Disney.
And they only ripped off one arm.
I saw that. I wanted them both.
Yeah, I know, me too. I was like, what? All good though. It's not a bad show. It just, I don't think it's what I was expecting.
What the hell's a Trandoshan?
That's the species.
Oh boy.
The
He's
boss
saying it's
man.
spelled wrong.
Oh, yeah. SHAN.
Don't type that in Google. Some shit won't pop up. It'll scar you for life.
Whoa. That's not Disney. No, that's fine.
What's up, Ark?
That's the wrong episode you watched.
What's up,
That's
Art?
Now, the
Oh,
Wookiee's
man.
badass though, I'll give it that. And I'm glad that they're gonna unify and hopefully that bleeds into like
Danny's
later
on the green
shows or
screen.
whatnot. I hope it's not just here. I do like that. And Fennec's cool, I guess.
I like
She's
that
not
character.
doing much, but she's cool.
hmm Do you think she'll ever betray him or no?
No.
I don't think so because he
No.
saved
No.
her life.
oh, she's committed to him,
Yeah.
which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
I just feel like
Overall,
her
it's good.
acting is really bad. Like there's moments where she's speaking to him and it's just really bad. I don't want to shit on the show. Like I'm okay. I'm watching them. I'm excited to wake up in the morning and watch them. But it's
How much
just,
acting does she need to do though, John?
I don't
She says a
know.
couple words here and there. Oh, you're too soft. Oh, get them.
Like in
Or-
Mando, the acting didn't even pop in my mind. Like, hey, this is an issue.
Yeah.
When I'm watching this, there's parts where I'm like, ugh, that didn't sound very good, or that could have
No,
sounded
when
better.
you had that with the shoddy CG, and
Yeah.
some
So-
decisions.
I'm
you're
still
just
trying to
like,
understand why we're getting to see banthas eating, and their tongues
Yes.
coming out, and like,
Are we holding this to a higher standard because it's Boba Fett, a major character to us
No.
from the original
Yeah.
trilogy, where Mando was completely nothing to us, and we were just like, "Oh, this
I think
dude's
so, a little
badass."
I don't think so.
I would say there's a little bit in that, but only like 20% for me. And the only reason I say that is because Disney Plus starts, they launch with Mandalorian. Yeah, we don't know anything about it, but as you guys have said, it was like Mando was just solid
Yeah.
through and through. You didn't really
Alright.
question the acting, you know. You didn't question the visual effects. It worked, you know. It just everything worked on that. Even the filler episodes were still good.
And the production in this one just seems so much like less was given to them.
Yeah, that's like way down
Like
here
the
compared to what Mando
template.
was.
I think Kathleen Kennedy
like,
put two of her.
Is that going to be the same way going into Kenobi now?
They can't
We're
screw
making
that up because I
excuses,
mean, look,
guys.
there's diehard Boba Fett fans, but I mean, there's more diehard Obi fans and Vader.
We're
I
not
think-
making excuses, Eddie. We know it's the lowest ranking show. I'm not excusing it up. I'm just wondering, like, I'm trying to rationalize this.
I think where they messed up is naming it the Book of Boba. They should have just left Boba completely out of it. They should have named it the Book of the Born Again Boba,
Wow.
Real.
because
I
it's
think
not
we just,
Boba.
like, well, like Anthony was saying earlier, though, it's just not what I don't think anyone that was excited to see the show was expecting. But that's what it comes down to, and no one can really grasp what it is and accept it for what it is.
I
It
still
just
don't know
sucks
what the
'cause
show's about.
We saw how badass he was in Mando, and then we get here and he hasn't fired a shot or done anything of note.
Okay,
Four
Well, it starts
episodes.
with the first episode.
question
I was
to you
watching it
guys.
because I watch it every week live on my channel, and just to chat with the community, right? So I'm watching it live, and I'm like,
Did you get banned
Ru-
again?
no, it's been good. The first one I did, the first one did because I had the video on, but the last three have been good. I don't have the video on it; I just have the audio playing. I even have it on the back in the TV, and it's fine. But like,
So we're just
those are
watching your
good.
facial expressions.
Yeah,
It's like-
I guess. So, I mean, people can hear it and see, but everybody's tuning in. But anyway, the point is, I was watching it, even like in the first 5-10 minutes, I was like, okay, what's going on? Because he gets attacked by whoever the Mortal Kombat ninja guys, right?
Yeah.
And they're winning. And then they run away. I'm like, why are they running away? They're just kicking the shit out of him right now.
Yep.
And that's what tripped me out too. Why did they run when they're winning? And secondly, like you said, they bring him back in Mando, and he's badass.
Yep.
And it's the same timeline.
Yep.
So he gets a couple bumps and pushes, and then he's like, "Take me to my tank." It's like, what?
Gotta
It's got a
recover,
whole
bro.
battalion of troopers, bro. Like, I think that's the problem. They set a bar, you know. When they bring them back, they give you this expectation, 'cause they're showing it to you. It's not like in your head. It's not fan fiction. They show it to us in Mando. Now he's all of a sudden, what? Nothing. I don't know. It's just it's hard for me.
So,
We
so
did
just to ask you
rationalize
guys,
the sequel trilogy, Eddie. It was a mistake, and they should have made it the Thrawn trilogy.
What?
Yes. Edge of the Empire, Dark Force Rising, and The
They
Last Command.
freaking had it written, Eddie, and they just botched it. They tried to get
Yeah.
smart. All right, sorry, Cash.
Is that factual? Like they had that written?
Oh yeah, he
Well,
wrote.
I mean, those were the
well,
books.
Yeah, he wrote 7, 8, 9, and then Disney got smart and decided they needed a Rey, and that cast.
I'm assuming you mean Lucas, right?
Fuck. Joe's getting ready to punch someone out. He's
Well,
cracking up.
No,
now.
Timothy Zahn started episode 7, 8, 9 in the books in 1991 with Heir to the Empire. So this was before the prequels were even a thing.
With
And that was a direct continuation of after the Return of the
As soon as you
Jedi.
start, Eddie.
And
Yeah.
it was awesome.
it
And
was
they could have adapted
awesome.
that.
We gotta stop, Mafia. We do an hour on Thrawn. All right, Cash, reel it back in. Our
Okay,
fault.
so
My fault.
so no, you're good. So just to ask you guys, if we take everything away, do you feel like Book of Boba Fett is a great show for itself?
No,
Not comparing it to Mandalorian though.
no.
Great.
Like if you
no.
take
Lowest
like
so
if you
far.
take away Mando, but you leave in all the movies with the character, how do you guys feel about it?
It'd still be a mistake. With Boba only had like 2 minutes on screen in like the first couple movies, and technically 5 and 6, and you just built him up as this sweet dude, and then you see this show and you're like, it's confusing. It's
So who was shown in the movies? Was his dad shown or no?
both.
No. Or prequels, it was his dad.
Yeah, Django's in the first couple episodes 2 and 3, and then Boba was in the original trilogy in 5 and 6, and as a kid in 2 and 3.
Okay. Okay.
But it's just like he was at Boba for being on screen for like 2 minutes. He's a huge fan favorite for the original trilogy people.
I think it was just the mystery behind it.
Exactly.
Everyone loved the mystery.
So if
Everybody
you had
made up
this-
their own idea of what he is.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
you had
it's,
this
it's
awesome
just like
mystery.
a legend at that point, right?
You know how
Yeah.
they you know how they justified this show. The only way they can justify this show is if Boba is still in the Sarlacc pit, and this is just some clone that flipping got lost or whatever. That's the only way. If episode 5, they restarted and the real Boba comes out, and that this isn't the real Boba. That's it. That's all. There's nothing else to say. There's nothing else to
Yeah,
say.
you know those myths, Cash, where like you hear the myth and then you meet the guy and he's totally underwhelming.
Yeah.
That's what we're getting right now.
That's
Is
why I
it's
never
like,
meet your heroes.
basically
Yeah.
Oh man.
like
That should be the title of this
yeah.
show.
That's why I don't look in mirrors.
Wow. How
Hey.
dare you.
Oh, good one there.
No,
Johnny.
and,
Good
and
one.
I talked about this before too, because people asked me, they're like, "Hey, what if the Book of Boba Fett tanks? Are you just gonna not like Boba Fett?" Or particular, since we're in a Hot Toys game, people are like, is the Boba Fett 2-pack or the Fett on Throne gonna be, dead stock and devalue? And I still don't think so, because for me, regardless, like at least with this particular 2-pack, this is his induction since Jedi. So for me, I just love it, and it's Boba Fett, and that's my Boba Fett. So I don't have to say it's Disney's Boba Fett. You know what I mean? I don't think it's gonna devalue who they are. I mean, the sequels. Don't even get me started on the sequels. But that didn't make me say I give up on Luke Skywalker. You know what I'm saying? I'll
That wasn't
always
his
love
fault.
Luke, regardless of what the hell the sequels did to him. So I don't think it's gonna like devalue the character.
That's some passion
Boy,
right
I don't-
there.
I don't John, I like John's theory. I'm gonna get shirts printed up for John's theory just to get it going. Like the fact that this is just like the rogue clone that got loose.
Exactly. That's
Dude,
brilliant.
watch it. The end of this show, it's going to be like, hey, I'm Rex. Just kidding, guys.
Yeah.
At the end, that's the only way they fix this. Oh, we just
Yeah,
wasted
Boba
4
Fett,
episodes. No, the
please
real
stand
Boba's
up.
still there. Like,
And he has his Beskar already.
Dude, so going back to animals, like, what is up with Boba Fett and animals? He's like what he said to the Rancor last chapter. This chapter, he's like, go out there and go make babies and have a family. Like, what the hell, dude? I thought of you, John, when he was saying that crap.
I don't know why he was talking to the Bantha.
go make babies. Like what?
Go
the-
make babies.
Like,
Like, what
he's
the
like-
freak?
I would have liked the
Getting
Bantha to turn around. Hey, buddy, why don't
with-
you shoot a gun? Don't tell me to make babies.
Yeah, between that and like that whole cringe thing where he's like, want to ride it, the Rancor, and like all this stuff, I'm like, he's like an idiot. Like I'm saying, I just don't understand him. I don't know if this is like the new Hollywood thing where they have that, they want to like empower females, so they dumb down the male, and I don't know if that's what they're doing with this, but that's how I feel, even though they're not doing much with Fennec, so I don't know, am I just making him stupid? Doesn't make sense, because in Mando it worked. Because Mando was pretty badass, and then so was Cara Dune,
Yeah.
and that worked in tandem. I thought they were equal footing, and I don't know. Yeah, there's just so much. There's too much better in Mando, and then you get this, and you're like, what did you guys do? I don't understand. Who wrote this?
I'm
And
like
they teased us in
85,
Mando.
85.925% sure that
Damn, John.
the real Boba would have just left Fennec laying there.
No, but he needed her.
Why?
Why
Why?
do you need her?
To get the
He
ship,
told her he'd
to
be
get
loyal,
the
right?
fire spray.
She was dead. What does he need? What are you talking about?
Call it the fire
Well, he
spray
could
again,
repair
Danny.
her, which he did.
Yeah, wait. So why? But why, Danny? Why does he need her to get his ship? Did I miss
Because
something
he
in
needs
Mando?
his pack. He even said it in the show. Everyone needs a crew.
And that's what. Okay.
Yeah. And he said,
Yeah,
I
I
can offer
guess.
you something they don't offer you, which is loyalty.
Because he feels like maybe now he's by himself and he's not, there's no way he can tackle these odds by
Can't be a
himself.
wolf pack
So
by
he chooses
yourself.
And
one
he knows,
person?
obviously
Fennec?
he knows who she is. He knows that she's the master assassin.
I don't know.
I think the Tuscans messed up his head.
Yeah.
A little maybe.
She said that.
Now he's
she
all
said,
insecure and
now
needs
you're
like
now you're
people.
soft.
And,
Yeah. She told him that.
like I get
She's
getting
hey,
older, right? In general, in life,
eh.
you get older, you get a little softer,
He's
maybe.
40 something.
No,
you know,
we can't even say that, dude.
what's-
Clint Eastwood, it doesn't act like that.
I know, but I'm just trying to
I know it's
like,
different, but I'm just,
I'm trying to see their point of view instead of
You
just being
feel
like, this
lucky?
sucks.
Punk.
And I don't know why it sucks.
Their point is they want stuffed rancors and banthas in the Disney store that kids want to buy and cuddle at night.
that's
Yeah,
actually a good
well-
point from a marketing standpoint.
They give me a 6-scale bantha, maybe.
Side note,
Well, okay,
did you
okay,
see
hold
how
on.
pissed off the Black Series people are now that the Rancor failed?
Yeah.
That was hysterical. I've read all those streams this week.
So, Joe, do you feel like Target or wherever, do you feel like kids would be like, hey, Dad, hey, Mom, I want that Bantha plushie or whatever?
Yeah,
Like, I don't see that happening. You do?
100%. Yep.
Kids will get anything Star Wars.
Oh, hell yeah.
If they're into Star
They
Wars,
sell
shit,
them at
dude, the stuff I
Disneyland.
had as a kid, I don't even know.
Hey, Mom, can I get that lizard that went into... Can we buy a lizard?
Yeah, with spring action, they just
Pet stores worldwide have to put on the lizard tanks. Do not stuff lizard in those.
Yeah.
Dude, what did he say?
Look, there's
I
good
think it
stuff
was there.
about it, but
I think I ate your lizard.
I'm like, use the word "ate" went up your nose, dude.
Whatever, man, dog.
Oh man, crazy. So, what do you guys think is coming in the future? Do you think there's enough that they can show for 3 more chapters?
Oh, yeah. 100% Mando's going to make an appearance.
I think it's going to
Okay.
get better, but it doesn't save maybe the previous 4 seasons. I mean, 4
yeah, no,
episodes.
yeah,
Yeah.
agreed.
But
Yeah,
but for once, I am actually really looking forward to the next episode, which I wasn't. I mean, of
Yeah,
course, I
I'm
always want to look forward to the next
Right.
episode, but this one's making me like, oh,
You're-
we're finally
you're
going to
most
see what's going to
intrigued.
happen. Yeah.
Well, I think
And it-
because the
yeah.
flashbacks are done now.
Exactly.
Dude, Eddie makes a good point. One person isn't a crew.
Yeah, you can't have. Well,
It helps.
Do you
It's the
mean-
start of it. And now he has
Well-
Chrysanthemum.
Don't forget he has all the teenagers, so if you add them
Yeah.
up, 2 make 1.
He's got the Power Rangers, got the guard.
I think, but when he was like
Cyborg.
recruiting her, he didn't have all those.
Oh, he does have a guard. Yeah, in the flashback, he didn't have them. That's right, Joe. That's right.
Yeah, but to
now-
what end? We have 3 episodes left. Is the premise of the show, okay, I'm recruiting these people, and then we're gonna fight off these pikes
Yep.
in some 8-minute battle scene, and then the show's over.
Maybe
Is that
they'll-
season 2?
maybe they'll
like,
do
is
a-
that what's happening?
No,
Nah,
I don't think he's gonna
there's a
be
season
a-
2.
I don't think so.
That's
I
what
don't
I was
think
going
they
to say. Maybe
retain-
they'll do like WandaVision, and then the end credits. Oh, here comes season 2.
Hey, I said it was WandaVision. I think. I wonder if we're gonna get to see Mando show up in his new ship at the end of this one for the fight, since the Razor Crest got blowed up. Spoiler.
Wowzers.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, or they're gonna like bring up Mace or something and tease it
Ooh.
for a later.
You want to
know.
save the show? Bring up Mace.
Well, sure, but that's not gonna save the season.
I
Same
don't even
actor?
know if I want to see Mace.
Same
Yeah,
actor?
Don't bring me. No,
Yeah.
No.
no thanks.
No, not the same actor?
No,
No, yeah, I would say the same actor.
same actor.
Yeah, I
if you're
would
gonna
say the
do
same actor.
Mace, but don't bring Mace, please.
Okay.
You don't think it
Yes.
would save it?
He got done
No.
dirty.
Well, I don't know what's going to happen. Are they
The
going to fight?
prequels were no
Yeah.
better, man.
The prequels
they
were
weren't.
better.
Sorry?
The prequels were better than this.
No, better than this. But I'm saying the prequels were lacking big time as well.
Oh well, you
Hey.
didn't. You mean every other word being Senate and vote?
Yeah.
was a problem.
That
And,
acting was holy
trade
shit.
blockades.
Yeah.
Look what Luke says. Luke says Mando would cruise in on a Vespa.
That'd be awesome.
You know what? He probably will.
They can't do that to him.
No, Baby
What
Yoda will be
color,
grown up. Grogu will be all grown up.
Not yet.
Oh, dude, what if Grogu comes back and kicks ass?
What if
Oh, Lord.
what if Luke has to save this situation too, just like he does every other one?
No surprise.
Ooh, I mean,
No, Obi-Wan's dead. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I don't know about Obi-Wan.
Yeah. I think he's confirmed.
He's dead by. he's member of the Force. Don't worry about him at this point.
Well, he might come back as a spirit.
Okay.
damn, Joe, I had like 3 seconds of like, ooh. You're like, no,
Yeah,
no, no.
he'll come back. The Bantha will come back at the end. Oh, I was Obi-Wan
Cash,
the whole
you gotta
time.
watch the trilogy, man.
Yeah, no, I gotta watch another film, bro.
You gotta watch a few more before you get to that part. But yeah,
Well, maybe
Oh,
we're just
man.
like old and jaded.
we are,
Okay,
and,
well, I
and
was
that's
thinking
fair.
this. Because I was like, I feel like I'm basing Boba on his 2 minutes on Empire and Return. But I kind of don't remember the stuff that he was shown on Clone Wars, as a
No,
kid.
You're
Maybe he
basing it.
acted like this.
You're basing it. It started in your childhood with 5 and 6, but then the unexplainable part is how badass he was in Mando when he took out like an entire group of stormtroopers basically single-handedly. But yet now he can't fight like 5 guys with shields.
You have
Like-
You have to think about that. He was doing business with Vader and Jabba. That's it's a tough guy. That's not going to be the guy
Yeah.
we're seeing now. You know what I mean?
But they're not that astronomically far apart time frame wise.
No, it was like 2 days later.
No, it's 5 years later.
No, I meant like from Mando when he
Oh yeah,
landed and whooped all those stormtroopers
yeah.
to the beginning of Book of Boba. I mean, screw the flashbacks. Look at the current timeline. It's like they took off. He flew off in the ship, and then Mando and company went to Moff Gideon's ship,
Jedi.
and then they finished that up, and then Fennec must have met up with them, and it's like a week later.
Of course,
Yeah.
not,
From the
bro. He
events at
has
the
him
end
on
of
speed
Mando.
dial.
Damn.
Because yeah, Cass, you're gonna watch Mando at some point, and you're gonna get to the episode where Boba shows up and straight whoops ass, and then you're gonna think back on Boba Fett, and you're gonna be like, "What the hell happened?"
Yes.
Hey, what's up, Erwin?
It's funny that they need Mando to make the show better because Boba fans were saying Mando was nothing compared to Boba, and I thought we'd see that in the show.
Facts.
I could see that,
Thought so,
man. I
too.
mean, based off of what everybody is saying, it seems like most people are pretty disappointed. I mean, obviously, me being new, I think the show is overall okay, but I still stand by what I said before. Like, it doesn't, like, if I didn't know this was Star Wars related, I probably wouldn't know because you're not getting the sabers, you're not getting
The Force.
yeah, like there's just nothing that, even if somebody who's never seen Star Wars, there's just nothing about it that's like from stuff that you just heard about that like generally anybody would know, like random chick down the street or whatever. So I can't say that part.
It's a bit of a problem that every single episode has had 1 or 2 unexplainably clunky moments. Like you can't explain the Vespa thing. Like there's no explanation for it.
No, just somebody wanted to have they wanted to get off on whatever their vision was, and so oh, well, we're gonna put it in this episode.
But
It
there's
doesn't make sense.
there's just a couple of those scenes in every episode so far that you're just like, who thought this was okay? Yeah, it's a little different of a bar, but those guys with shields didn't even have weapons, I don't think, or they had like little weapons.
Oh, from chapter, they had like batons, right? Battalions
Yeah.
or something. Yeah, from chapter 1. Yeah.
The
We-
stormtroopers had mortars.
Have we got a fight scene since then?
Yeah, you got his
train,
ass
I
kicked by the
guess.
Wookiee. Sorry, I still don't know
Yeah.
his name.
Chrysanthemum.
Black percent.
Chrysanthemum.
That
Or
one.
Santo.
He's cool.
Santo.
He
Nice
is
to
cool.
see he
Yeah.
had the scar on his face.
I'll give it that.
Do you know who
He
gave
did
him the
have the
scar?
scar.
Yes, sir.
Who
We're
did
gonna
he?
see more of it.
Obi-Wan.
Yes, sir.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just
So
gonna
they're
say yeah to
probably
agree. Yeah. Now I'm cool too.
Yeah, it's tough, man. And
I'll
it's
act like I
interesting
know.
with you, Cash, though, because you are kind of a Star Wars virgin, so it's interesting to hear your perspective.
Dude, I can't, well, what's up with you and Joe, man? Virgin for you, Papa Cherry.
Well, that's
Well,
what
you
it is,
are.
man.
Well, he's
We're-
not a virgin anymore. He's been
we-
watching this.
We don't find very
Right,
many
Danny.
that are 30 years old
He's been to second base at least.
that have never like even experienced it. Like, how did you not have a friend growing up that even was like, "Hey, man, I love this Star Wars show. Let's watch it together," or anything like? Like, you just never saw it.
Well,
Never,
that's what I'm
man.
saying. Your perspective
Never.
is interesting because you're coming into this with no knowledge, no history, no nostalgia. You see what I'm saying? And then you're like,
Yeah.
hey, I kind of like this show. And I don't know if that's what they're going for. Is it like I'm saying, are we just old and jaded? And they're like, well, we don't care about the older guys.
Well, that's exactly
We're
what
trying to attract new people.
100%.
Yeah, 'cause
You know
we're
what
still
they're
watching every
doing
week.
for us? They're showing you the Slave One. They're bringing in
No,
Chris Anton.
Fire
Hold on
Spray.
a second.
Say that
They're
again, Danny. Kick his ass out.
They're bringing him. They're showing you the Rancor. Right? They're giving you that nostalgia. Bib Fortuna you're seeing. But their main focus is to bring in new collectors, new people, new kids, new people to the franchise. That's how it is. They're not going to be doing the fan service and sticking to the old folks.
No.
So that's all these kids ride now. These flipping Vespas here, left, right, and center, with their little
You
Louis
got kids
Vuitton,
riding
with their
Vespas,
little
bro?
Louis Vuitton fanny packs. Fucking need a
Yeah,
dime?
that's no
How
place on
Canada is, huh?
Tatooine.
Oh man, that's crazy, dude. So grades, man. John, go first. What's your grade, bro? Like, does it?
I don't even remember what I graded the other episodes. I won't lie. I'll just speak from this episode. I don't know. I like the scenery. What I give it like a 7.5. I don't remember what I graded the other ones, but
No,
starting from
you
scratch,
did.
7.5.
Okay. 7.5. What about you, Jason?
I'll be right there with John. It wasn't the worst one we've seen so far, but it definitely wasn't the best one. The best part about it is probably the fact we're done with the flashbacks. So, we can really hopefully get moving on what's still to come. And, we're already 4 episodes in. It took them that long to get this far. So, yeah, I'd say 7.5, man.
Damn, you got some tough graders, man. 6 scale Mafia. What's your grade, man?
6.
Damn.
Which
Ties
is
me.
basically average,
Yep.
slightly
Tied me for
above
the
average,
lowest,
if
lowest
that.
of the year.
No, the lowest of the year was episode 3. I gave that shit a 2.
I gave one of them a 3 or a 6.
Wow.
I'm
You
just-
guys are tough,
I'm-
man.
I'm giving it a 7. I don't think it was the worst episode, but I think there was a couple things that they rushed in this episode that could have been drawn out. Like, I would have rather axed 30 minutes out of some previous episodes and had
Yep.
expanded a little more on a couple of things that they tied up super fast.
Mhm.
And then, yeah, those couple things that you just can't explain to me that didn't make sense. Like, I would have rather him know that his armor wasn't in the Sarlacc pit and have just like looked around to track the Jawas or something like that. Like, hey, I know I got jacked here.
Like, that's what Mando would have done.
Exactly. He wouldn't have been like, I think it's down there, when you're like, you clearly got out with it, so it's not in there. So yeah, stuff that I'm gonna knock it for that. So I'm giving it a 7.
All right, Danny, what's your grade, bro?
7 also. I think this is probably the lowest one that I graded.
Damn, now I gotta lie about my grade. That's crazy.
No, man, speak the truth.
Yeah, I mean, it's
But I
what
am
you
looking
want it.
forward to the next ones because, yeah, like everyone else has said, now that the flashbacks
Me
are
too,
gone,
Danny.
we can go
Me
forward
too.
and see
Okay,
the
okay.
cool
Before
action.
I get my grade, so do you guys all agree with Danny and Chase that you guys are looking forward to the next one?
I always look forward to the next one.
Yeah, I always
Like,
look forward to
it's
it,
Star
man.
Wars.
I'm just gonna
But now I'm
complain
really
at the
looking
things I
forward.
don't like.
Dude,
Yeah,
okay.
The reason why he says that is because we're intrigued for the next one, because we're not expecting any more of these flashbacks. We're really expecting, the whole episode to be focused on Book of Boba, like what's happening now.
Yeah, give me 50 minutes of that.
Hold on. So you veterans here don't like it, but you're looking forward to the future.
Well, we're
Yes.
invested.
Yeah. I've got like 30 years of investment.
I mean, I gotta see what happens.
Not quite. I guess like 25 years of investment, but yeah. Like we're gonna love it no matter what. It's just we're hard on it because we love the other stuff so much more.
What's up, Django?
Oh shit, we got Boba's dad on.
Yeah, man.
Risen.
How do you feel about your son? He's an embarrassment at the moment.
How you here without a head, buddy?
I'm giving it.
That was hilarious.
John. No.
Okay,
I got
John.
a chuckle.
Low fruit.
I'm. Oh fuck, dude. I'm gonna give it a 9, dude.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
All right,
I'm
this
gonna
is
give
my
it
last
a 9
episode.
because. What?
This is my last episode, dude.
Damn. Yo, a 9 is like excellent.
Well, hold
Almost
on.
perfection.
It's fair.
I-
It's fair for him to give that rating.
Yeah.
I thought
he
it
has
was a
nothing-
9 because I felt like graphically it was there. It told everything that you needed to know about the past to tie in whatever maybe loose end questions that I had. Because the only questions I had from being new is how did he meet Finnick? That's all I wanted to know. So for me, I got that answered. Obviously, not knowing about him going back in for the armor, but now knowing it, I do agree with you guys. It sounds kind of like counterproductive in terms of like 2 minutes of screen time. I am looking forward to the future. I've heard so much about Mando from you guys, so if Mando does come on, it'll be like, man, I can't wait to get through these 3 chapters and then go back and watch that. And so it's cool for me, man.
Like rather than him just gun down the bikers, I would have rather take out the Sarlacc pit scene and watch him like kill them all in a bar in combat, or drop one of those sweet bombs on like their building. That's the sweetest sound.
I feel like if Finnick was like in Boba's spot, that's probably what would have happened.
It was just like you see him make this you see him make this like whole transition with the Tusken Raiders, and they all die, and then the wrap up to that storyline is just like 20 seconds of him mowing them down.
Okay.
Yeah, there may have been a little bit too much of that backstory for the payoff.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because then they wrap it so quick, and I wasn't expecting it to be wrapped like that right away. So then I thought, well, then did we need to have that much backstory for them? I thought they were building backstory because maybe those raiders would come help later on in present time. But I don't know.
9.0, huh? Screw you, Danny. Oh man, that's funny. That's funny. Nah, man. I don't know how much more we're honestly gonna get out of the next 3 chapters. I do feel like time-wise they're all over the place. 38 minutes, 49 minutes, 58. It's kind of all over the place in terms of like what we're gonna actually get. So I mean, you factor in we have, as far as screen time, probably what 2 hours even. So it's like just how much more they're gonna be able to fit into 2 hours. That's kind of how I feel about the next 3 chapters.
I don't know how it's gonna resolve, like in 3 episodes.
Well, maybe the next few will be like 50 minutes or 55, or you know, like
I'm hoping.
kind of how like Game of Thrones would do that stuff too. Similar, you know,
Yeah.
some episodes are a little bit shorter. The ones that really need the information, they're longer. Mando did it even. There's a couple decently long Mando episodes.
You
But
know?
we should
Not
have
like an
no
hour
more
and a half,
excuses.
but you know,
Because Boba's all healed up. There
Yep.
should be no holding back now.
Are his
Right.
bullets healed up too?
What did he say?
What?
Yeah.
Sorry. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you the
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
time. I
We
just
hear you.
Oh, I
We
said,
didn't hear you. Yeah.
are his bullets healed up too, like his lasers? Since he's not shooting at anybody.
all right, Joe.
we'll see.
Leave the jokes to me, buddy.
Nah, man. So okay, so last question for you guys is, what do you honestly want to see moving forward? Like what do you think can save the show,
I told you that already.
other than Mando? Like, I mean,
No, not
realistically,
Mando.
like,
Boba
I
comes
think
out. The
Mando's
real
not even gonna
Boba
show
comes
up.
out. It's the-
I mean, like realistically though, John. Like we know this is the real Boba, man.
I'm gonna start a hashtag. Can the real Boba please stand up?
Stand
Oh
up.
my
I'm on with John.
If Boba goes like John Wick mode, then they saved it.
Yeah.
Even if it's last chapter.
Yeah.
What?
Wow.
At least it'll give a smile out of me.
I think we're gonna get like a season 1 of Mando ending where it's like the fight will begin in the second to last episode and then it will end in the last episode.
Yeah.
So you just want to see Mando, John Wick style, and that'll make you happy?
I mean, at this point, like, just so it's not so. You like you were complaining in the early episodes. Remember his fight scenes with the jetpack?
Okay.
You hated it. Like, do you want to see more of that? Those type of fight scenes?
Okay. I promise you're going to
Dude.
see Mando, John Wick style. I promise. That's a personal
John
promise.
wants Canadian treaty style. He wants.
So
to
I
just,
know
them all
I'll
just
see
signing
Mando
stuff.
John Wick.
Not Mando,
saying
sorry. You'll see
Boba-
Boba John Wick. I promise you will.
Okay.
What's up with the jetpack though? By the way, like,
Apparently,
I
it
know
doesn't
that-
work all the time,
I mean,
according to this show.
Dude, gas is expensive. Fuel.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. So what do you guys think about the mayor?
The one that was in one episode?
Yeah, I was gonna say we've
Yeah.
only seen him once.
I don't even
Wait.
think he's the mayor.
I think he's
I
just
thought the
puppet.
chick was the mayor the whole time.
No,
No.
she's
I thought
just
she
the
was
bar
just the like bartender or something, or
She
Yeah,
owns
that's
the
what I'm
canteen.
saying,
bar
like,
owner.
brothel.
No,
Yeah.
The mayor.
The hammerhead mayor. Yeah.
I mean, a
Yeah.
mayor doesn't even have jurisdiction to
That's
say
right.
like
That's right.
who can function here anyway. So I thought that was a little weird. Like
I
with
think
the
the
huts,
mayor's
and they
in,
were like,
in
"Oh,
the
you know
pocket
this
of
place."
whoever's in charge.
Yeah, I don't think that this is the mayor. They're alluding that it's the mayor, but that's not going to be the end result.
Yeah. So I don't know. Again, we got 3 episodes. That may answer some questions, because then you can kind of reflect back on the previous and go, "Oh, okay, I get it." But I don't. It's still not gonna make me feel like, "Oh, I get why he's stupid." Like,
Maybe-
it still is not gonna. That's not gonna fix that. You know what I mean?
Remember in Endgame when he said Avengers Assemble? Maybe we'll get a Bounty Hunters Assemble.
Yeah, man.
They'll
Wow.
just everybody will show you all
Mandalorians
Cad Bane and
Assemble.
Dengar and
I mean, probably they did it in
IG-88
Rise of Skywalker.
and just a Bounty Hunters Assemble, and then they just all show up in their ships, and there you go. That'll save it for me.
Really?
Well, I have a
Yeah, it
feeling
sucks.
something has to lead into Mando 3. So
Does it?
I think so. Because I don't think Boba's going to stay as the Daimo. I think he's going to go off and maybe do stuff in Mando 3, maybe.
Maybe
Help
Boba
out
dies. Maybe we'll
Do
get
you
a
feel like
tragic
they need to tie
300.
Boba into the show or Mando
Hopefully dies
just
permanently.
to set his next season up?
Whoa.
Yeah,
I
maybe they
think
can
so,
just
maybe.
make his death permanent.
Yeah.
Mm.
Only one way. Take the head off.
I mean, I could see that, but I think it's gonna dilute Boba even more if we see Mando.
Yeah.
It's
you know.
sad that he has to come in to save him, like to save the show. It shouldn't have come to this.
Well, the odd thing is, it's like the show's made and done. So you see what I'm saying? It's not
Yeah.
like they're like, "Oh man, these ratings suck. We need to do something cool. Let's bring Mando in." Like they've already done it. It's already, you know what I'm saying? It's already done. The episodes are done, filmed, they're ready to go. Like if we had access to them, we can watch them all right now. You know what I mean? So it's not like,
Yeah.
you see what I'm saying?
Maybe
know
it's not
Jim's-
Mando
yeah.
coming.
Somewhere through the writing process, they're like, "We got to bring in Mando."
Maybe it's Moff
save this
I
Gideon.
guy.
kind of have a feeling it's not gonna be Mando. It's just gonna be a bunch of like heavy Mando, maybe Bo-Katan and all the
Bo-Katan.
others.
Yeah.
Maybe Moff Gideon's coming.
For some reason, I don't
Oh,
think Pedro Pascal is gonna show up. I don't know why.
But they played his music, Danny.
Yeah, he doesn't have to
That's
show
true.
up, Danny. He just keeps the helmet on. All he has to do is rewind. All he has to do is rewind from the Mando season. Do I bring you in warm or do I bring you in cold? Class.
Boy, boy, boy.
Maybe it's the frog lady coming.
Maybe.
Wow, that would be a blessing.
Yeah, she was incredible.
They'll bring the Frog Lady. They'll bring Grogu. They'll bring Luke. They'll bring Mando. They'll bring Death Watch. It'll be the whole Avengers deal. and Boba will just look around and smile, and the end credits.
Like a bantha.
Right, that's what I was thinking. Oh, jeez, exactly what I was thinking, Danny.
Oh man.
Guy, I don't know what's going on with him, man. The Sarlacc pit screw him up, or like you take too
Yeah,
many
let's
blows
just
to
blame
the
it on the
head.
Sarlacc pit. How about that?
Yeah, I just don't know, man.
You know what's
I
sad
feel
though?
bad.
What's sad is the show's actually ruining the Hot Toys for me. I was so down to order the Hot Toys, and I'm glad I didn't because it's just every time I look at that figure on my shelf, I'm gonna think of Danny and him doing that Bantha thing.
Yo, this head sculpt's amazing, though, man.
No,
Dude, I still want it. I think it looks. It's a
probably
killer
Hot
design.
Toys best, but
Yeah,
I still can't get
Phenomenal.
over it. I can't get over it.
but I'm looking at him right now, and I'm like, yo, this Boba's badass, and it's already being blocked out. There's like this mental thing I'm doing right now that's like keeping all those episodes away from my brain.
But one day, you know what happens? It comes back.
I know, but then you got to do stuff to, forget.
Now give me a Boba and a Bacta tank. Now we're talking.
Wow, you want him in the
Nah, he's
zombies?
dope though, man. Yeah, he's a phenomenal head sculpt. It's not gonna take away from me. It's not. I refuse. I'll be like, this is Boba Fett. He's awesome, and that's the end of it.
So far as like excuse me, as far as like some quick statue talk, Joe, just to ask you,
Quick statue talk.
are you hey, I just got one question. Are you still getting the bust?
Yeah, once it comes in stock.
Oh, it's not in stock?
Nope.
I thought it was.
It's supposed to
On
be.
pre-order.
It says like pre-order due
Oh, okay.
January 2022. But then I've talked to a couple people, and I'm hearing like it's going to actually be like early February, hopefully.
Mhm.
So once it's in stock, I plan on ordering it.
This is the Vader bust.
Yep.
Okay, would you get a Boba bust? That Boba bust.
That's been a lot of discussion, and there's a good chance.
Even with this series?
It's still a fantastic bust, and he's still a good
Yeah,
character.
no doubt.
The series is fine. It's just disappointing because I think
Yeah.
I
That's
don't
how
mean
I
to
feel.
I don't mean to compare it to Mando, but it's just like I know it's in them to do it, and they're just not, and I don't know
Yeah.
why.
I think I'm
No,
always gonna be
man.
biased. Star Wars is always gonna be cool. No matter
Exactly. That's the thing is it's just like that's a sweet bust, the Boba bust. I still
Well,
want it.
Joe,
So
you can think of it this way: it's like his armor from the OT. Like, you're fine, man. It's not his new.
oh
armor.
yeah, trust me. I don't have to justify the show. It's just I am a little disappointed with how badass they made him look in his portion of Mando. Like you could have just left his helmet on, and some younger guy could have been kick ass this whole time.
Yeah, that's true.
It's
Uh,
rough. Yeah, I agree with what you're saying that Star Wars is cool, but then
Yeah.
then in my head I'm like, was Star Wars ever any good though? Like in general, like other than the original trilogy, like that we grew up with, like that was great. And then afterward is like, well, the prequels weren't really all that great, and then
I
the
consider
sequels
Rogue One
definitely were not that great.
Rogue One was
great.
fantastic.
Yeah,
Rogue One was awesome, but you see what I'm saying? Like it's never. Do we set a bar too high in our own
Yeah.
heads?
Well, yeah,
Of
because we
course.
were children. Like this is our childhood. I think I can speak for most of the people on this panel, minus Cash. It's just like I remember
Whoa.
watching the VHSs like on loop in the summertime as a
Pick everybody in
7-year-old.
the class.
Yep.
Nope.
And like
Same.
the coffee table was my starship and stuff like that. Like
Yeah,
for the
man.
action figures, like that's my childhood. So the bar, of course, is going to be set high, and that's why we still love everything. I love the Book of Boba Fett. Just I don't love it as much as the other ones.
Yeah.
You expect the new to be better than the old.
Yeah,
You
kind of.
expect.
Kind of.
Especially since Mando was like universally loved. Like I know they've got it in them.
Yep.
Yeah, I can see that, man. So Chase, what's
It
new
almost feels
with you
like-
coming?
Coming nothing at the moment, man. Just searching. Just searching.
What you about to say, Danny?
Like, I don't know. I feel like Mando was an A, and Boba's a B, like a B list
B minus.
show compared
I would
to.
say that's nice for you to give it a B.
or maybe even a C.
I think we're somewhere between like C and
I'm
B
grading on a
minus.
curve. Since there's only been two Star Wars shows.
Hey, plenty more to come in the future. A couple
Yeah.
people in the chat said they're waiting for that new show to come out.
Yeah, but I'm not looking forward to it if it's going to be like this.
I was gonna say, yeah. Does
Yeah,
anybody
that's
else
what
here
I'm
have
saying, like,
trepidation
I'm
now?
hoping it's
I'm
not.
scared of
Yeah,
Obi-Wan now. Yeah.
That's what I said earlier in the stream. Like,
You
what
can't
if,
mess up
what if they
Obi-Wan.
follow exactly? But if they follow this footprint, they sure as hell can.
Because yeah, you're gonna go from the last time we saw them was like well, no, but yeah, this is supposed to take part after episode 3. Obi-Wan is correct.
Yeah.
So the
Between
last time
episode 3 and 4.
the last time we saw them was right after that epic fight. So that show better be freaking good. I mean, the last time Obi-Wan saw Anakin, he was on fire without any legs.
You were the chosen one.
Yeah.
We should just
those
reenact the
scenes
fucking
are-
movie here. How about we reenact Boba, the Book of Boba, how it should have been? I swear to you.
John
This-
can do it with his hot toys. We'll write the script and John can act it out with his hot
Telling
toys.
you right now, we
They all
should
want to do
do
the
it.
bantha scene, like a bantha.
You don't see any channel doing that. Reenact the Boba Fett, the Book of Boba, the way it should have been done.
You want ratings, Cash. We'll get you ratings.
It would have been a
Yeah,
great
they-
episode. Nothing.
Get
It would
yourself-
just be a camera panning into the Sarlacc pit with nothing happening because he would have stayed down there.
What if Disney responds, dude? Like, yo, you got.
I want Disney to respond. Disney, Kathleen Kennedy, reach out to me. You guys need some points. You guys need some pointers.
Wow.
Give you some pointers, some
Wow.
writing
Do
pointers.
you think she had a lot of meddling to do with this show?
I think she had
Okay.
more meddling than she did in
She gets
Mando.
blamed for everything.
But do
Wait,
you
who-
think
who-
do you think
who
the
is
blame
she?
is justified though?
Head of Star Wars.
Unfortunately.
After
Yeah.
Lucas, apparently?
Well, Lucas
Yeah.
sold out, and Disney appointed her head of Star Wars.
Damn.
Yeah,
She's
we don't need to
produced
start
a lot
that.
of
Do you,
movies, though.
do you want this to go all night, Cash?
She did.
'Cause
Yeah, no,
She did,
Cash.
Danny. I'll give you that. She was a good producer.
She was head of Indiana Jones.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah.
No
Which
doubt. I just
Indiana
don't think she
Jones?
knows Star Wars.
She can have a flawless resume, but
She fucked up the
this up.
sequels.
Yeah, she fucked up the sequels.
There went your monetization right there. All
Joe
three
did
of
it
us.
first before me.
I did. It just got followed up with 3 more.
It's all good, man. It's all good. Hey, man, I definitely appreciate you all coming on today as we talk about the Book of Boba Fett Chapter 4. Like I said, we got 3 episodes left, so hopefully something spicy will happen. And I know if they bring out the Mando, I know you guys will like that very much. So hopefully that's something that does happen. I kind of feel like we'll probably get one more past scene. I know he's quote unquote healed, but I think we'll get one more past scene. So John, Chase, Joe, Danny, I appreciate you guys coming.
Thank you.
Anthony, I appreciate you filling in for Mario.
Yeah, man, it was cool to come on in and talk. And you know what? I'm glad you like it. Like, it's cool. Like, I'm not
Yeah, I'm-
shitting on-
I'm
glad
on
you like it
not
too,
liking
Cash.
it, or I don't
No,
think
I'm
any of
glad
us
you
are.
yeah,
like
me
It's
too,
just-
Yeah.
Cash.
Well,
I
for
like it.
us, it's like, it sucks, dude. I'm gonna say it.
Speechless.
I've had 4 weeks now, man. And I don't know, man. It's not good. It's not good. It's decent.
What a way to
But-
start your 2022, huh?
I know, man. I know. I hope Obi-Wan's amazing.
And when does
I
that
like
come
it.
out, by the way?
They haven't announced it. They
Yeah,
just
they
said
haven't announced it.
2022.
Let's not rush them.
Yeah. If they need to go back to the drawing board, please go
Take
back
your time,
to
guys.
the drawing board.
Please. I think they're
Oh,
still
man.
doing the drawing board now. I think they're flipping, staying up 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, editing.
Hopefully.
You know what the problem is? I'm gonna tell you this right now. In my opinion, and Joe, you might actually agree with me on this. The Star Wars was badass, and that's what got us into this. When Star Wars came out, there was really nothing like it, and it just took us away. Nowadays, you can just see anything, right? They'll CG everything. It's all there's no like wow factor anymore. And so when Star Wars first came out, it really captured, I think, everybody's imagination, and we fell in love with it. And then there was nothing, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden there's books. There's tons of badass books. The story's going on. The lore's expanding. just the new characters, just so much new shit's going on in a world that we fell in love with. And then video games came out, you know, and then you had like, you know, Dark Forces and like Jedi Academy and all these games, Knights of the Old Republic. So Star Wars was just building and building, and you were like, yes, give me more of this awesome shit. And then so you're used to it in your head. You're like, this is all great stuff. And then somebody buys the company and is just pooping out stuff, and you're like, dude, like, in my head I feel like there was just so much good stuff already, and I'm like, how do you screw stuff up, man? And this is my opinion.
The lull was, I think, what got us so appreciative of now the new stuff. It was like we had that long lull between episode 3 and episode 7, or Rogue One, or any of those, where like we know what that lull feels like, and that's why, like, no matter what, we're going to embrace whatever they put out in live action. No matter what, we won't hate it. We'll still watch it, but yeah, this has been a little rough.
It is rough. It's rough, especially because you got Rogue One, which, I mean, dude, it's Rogue One. It's awesome. And then you get the sequels, you're like, ugh. And then you get Mando, and you're like, all right. And then you get Boba, and you're like, ugh. like what? You know what I mean? Make up your damn minds, man. Do you want Star Wars fans or not?
Hey, it can be done. Let's not forget that. Let's not forget that. But hey, guys, we're going to go ahead and put a pin in it right there, as Mario would say. Again, appreciate everybody for coming on. Everybody in the chat, appreciate you guys for staying through to talk some Star Wars with us. Everybody, we'll be back next Wednesday. Hopefully Chapter 5 is just as good as Chapter 4.
Or better.
No more animal parts, please.
No. Disney, if you're listening, I already know it's recorded. Chapter 5. I want more Bubba. Just PETA and Disney have got to be Boba. Forrest Gump, whatever, man. Appreciate everybody. Later, man.